All right, we are now live. I want to welcome everybody to the ECBRO Discovery News blogcast. Um, Today, all I'm going to do is just discuss something. I'm going to share some information. Um, a lot of people saying, well, who's this about? Well, I'm not going to try to bring up the names. I think it's going to be pretty well self explanatory. A lot of people are aware of what's going on, and even I've dug up, some old things, and then what caused me to kind of speak about this whole topic about a Bigfoot scam that's kind of floating around. A lot of people are well aware of it. So many are not because they're throwing their money away. And um, well, part of the purpose behind this whole little podcast show is to help bring awareness and kind of open up some minds, kind of get people to start thinking for themselves and second guessing if they're involved in this scam as far as donating. It's something they need to be aware of. First of all, you got to ask yourself: is this person legit? Is this person? I mean, they are who they say they are. This person is a scientist. But then again, let's cut to the chase. Their work has been rejected over and over and over again, and a lot of individuals. And there's been some solid statements by some well-respected individuals. And I'm going to explain and discuss this show to the best of my knowledge, as far as also as not mentioning no names, because I think what I'm saying, people know who I'm referring to, and so let's take it from there. Right now, I just want to mention we already got a number of viewers already viewing in. Um, your comments, your questions are very much welcome. Your questions and comments are going to assist in with the discussion of this show. Right now it's just me and Mr. Glenn Hurd. Right now, I don't know the other individuals. He's just kind of afraid to get involved at the moment. He said he might jump in, but um, I was told this is like messing with a hornet's nest. Well, I'm not scared of nobody. People are harmless. Um, you got to know how to approach a situation, and it's free speech. If you're proud of who you are, don't be afraid to speak up for the truth. If you believe something's not right, speak up about it, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to check the live chat because I know there were some individuals already had that I chatted with earlier. People were already popping questions that earlier, and if you still have those questions, right there where you're viewing, go under the live chat and start sharing your questions. Start asking questions. If you have comments or any information that you could share with me while we're live, the, that will just add into this conversation or this show, that'd be great. Right now, the number of viewers are actually growing very largely right now. Um, what I had set up here to share, I actually had some screenshots of conversations, screenshots of some comparisons. Um, Now, I will bring up the Genome Project. A lot of people are familiar with the Genome Project, and the alleged, some of this goes back. A lot of this is old, and some of the information was pretty obvious. So, to some people, that it was a bunch of BS. Excuse me. Um, there is an image that was posted related to the Genome Project. Um, that some people were not aware of, and where I found this at, there was actually a lot of new individuals coming into the Bigfoot community, and you know, it's sad because a lot of people see that there's people against other people. People say, "Well, who are these people? Why there's a lot of hate in the groups?" And it's funny because we had a podcast show about that not long ago. Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's not hate. There's no hate involved, but a lot of it's misunderstanding, and a lot of people need to try to understand. I personally, I'm not a scientist, and I don't understand a lot of complete terms, but there's enough I do understand to present what I'm presenting. And I try to speak and try to keep things in a simple manner for people to understand. If you don't understand what I'm referring to, ask me. I'll try to rephrase it if all possible. So if you guys want to bear with me, kind of give me a few minutes. I'm going to bring up the first picture Let's see. Yeah, Glenn, by the way, I want to thank you for kind of digging into some of those photos and stuff earlier. I mean, the links you shared with me.
Sure, you're welcome.
Let me try. Yeah. Okay. All right, I got something here. I'm just going to present. Let me go to screen share. Click on this. All right. All right. All right. Viewers, this is I'm only going to keep this up here for a brief period of time. This is a project. Everyone's familiar with this project, okay? As you can see, it's the topic is being pushed. They want to get this documentary moving. Of course, you see the GoFundMe.com link right here. I've brought this up before that this is it's a campaign that's in that's been established, that's being pushed, and the individual behind it is seriously pushing for funds. Click here to support the Bigfoot Decoded Scientific Proof by, and there's a name. Now this here, it's a public, it's public, it's there. And of course, if you notice on the cover of the link, the subject on the left that you're viewing, this is alleged, supposedly real subject that they believe that they had encountered and videoed. But I'm going to stop this. I want to go to our next picture right away to show you what was found. This is something I'm just showing simple things right now to start off with. A lot of these people are not aware of. A lot of people think they were sharing a real video of a real Bigfoot that's related to this project, where supposedly some of these maybe samples came from. Well, that's not the case, because hold on. The next photo right here will show you the comparison right here of what was filmed. And if you try to deny the fact that what you're about to see here now doesn't match up, you're in total denial. Give me a second to do the screen share to pull it up. And here it is. All right. Please take note, on the bottom is the subject that was supposedly filmed from this project. Above, look above at the costume that you're seeing above. That's was filmed on the street. All right. I'm just going to take the time and let the viewers look this over very good. I have no way of zooming in on this right now, so so just take a good look at what you see, and we got our first comment from Corey. Corey says, he states that Melba Ketchum is an opportunist looking for attention, nothing more. Well, Corey, I'm going to actually have to agree with you on that one. But basically, all I'm doing for the show tonight, I want people to understand why I'm presenting this. I'm not hating on nobody. I think they need to know the truth. I mean, there's more to, they're saying there's more than meets the eye. What's being put out is what's the individual wants others to only know, or what, so because of her reputation, as far as her position, her job, yes, that gives her it gives her character that high, respectable, state where people will actually believe and follow into that. And I can understand that. She has a job that puts her into a respectable position, as far as being a veterinarian. And I mean, I'm sure she knows her job very well. And correct me if I'm wrong. You have not heard me say anything negative about her, but I only brought this picture up right here because it's related to the Genome Project. All right. If anyone else has anything else to say about it, feel free. Um, you may not understand where I'm going with this, but I'm just presenting. That's what the show is about. And if you notice, I put in the title of this podcast show in question mark. So, um, nor am I stating it as fact, although I very much well can. I mean, I have that right to state this as fact if I was going to present it that way. But I'm just presenting this as a, well, whatever you want to call it. I'll leave that up to you. I mean, you could ask yourself a question. Is this a scam? You know, I'm asking that to you guys. I want to hear, we have a large number of viewers right now. If you're viewing this, let's hear this. You could comment on the live chat right below where you're viewing this. If you have questions or comments, I want to hear from you. But does anyone know or aware of this? Some people probably not aware of this, and that's another good reason why we should be presenting this. Because a lot of people are not aware of this, and for the wrong ones, that especially the newbies, they'll fall into something like this and say, "Oh, cool, yeah, let's prove the species to be real. Let's throw our money away." There's other ways of going about it, and it's going to take time. It's not. It's going to. Rome wasn't built in a day. There's discovery still being made every day. There's other ways to go about this. Not trying to take money away from people that can't even be afford to be giving money into something that it's going to get rejected again. But I'm going to stop sharing this. We got more viewers just coming on. Before I take this image off the screen, look at the image on the bottom. It's kind of shown at 3 different angles. All right, and again, this is the image that was taken from the project. But then the top pictures, you got 2 right here showing at a distance, one at a close up. This is a costume taken off the streets. Almost similar to a Yeti costume, pretty much. Kind of like not a Yeti, excuse me. I'm sorry, a Chewbacca costume with some similarities to that. Before I take this off, does anyone have any questions or statements they want to make before I move on?
Yeah, you can clearly see that's a suit.
Yeah, no doubt. I was actually surprised when I found this earlier. I mean, well, the thing is, we had over on Looking for Bigfoot News Hour with Shane Bradbury probably about 2 or 3 years ago. We actually had a podcast where we took we actually took the subject that was in the video and did a comparison with Chewbacca right next to him. And I mean, you can see in the costume up above, that's not actually a Chewbacca, but it's very similar. Basically, I think it's pretty much supposed to be like a Chewbacca. The head's shaped different. It's got the nose like Chewbacca, and it's definitely got the mouth and the teeth like Chewbacca. So, yeah. But you could clearly see the identification, the identification of the subject in the video. It's exposed with with what's shown that was filmed on the streets. So, all right, I'm gonna stop this one here. Let me have patience with me, viewers. I'm gonna see if I can share something else here. Yeah, again, we have viewers. You guys are welcome to question or comment under the live chat. Hold on here. All right. Here's some statements from Matt Moneymaker. These are nothing recent. These are nothing new, but these are some statements. This is coming out of Matt Moneymaker. These are old tweets from Matt Moneymaker. So let's check them out here. Let me go up to a screen share. Hold on, it's not popping up on me. Hold on. There we go. And these are just a few. There was actually some more, but Yeah, these are coming from Matt Moneymaker. I think the DNA study in Texas will be exposed as a hyped up publicity stunt and scam. I've been monitoring it, excuse me, I'm getting tongue tied for a while. Um, the next day, because that was November 28th. Um, and then again, he goes on to say, more than 5 years ago, she pitched her Bigfoot DNA testing to the producer of Monster Crest and later pitched herself to the producers of my show. All right. Also, he states right here, Matt Moneymaker also states, Yo, Greg, you know, whoever Greg Price is, I'm not familiar with this individual. Yo, Greg, Melba's study won't be taken seriously by any real scientist. It's all fake. Her team of scientists doesn't exist. And keep in mind, like I said, I'm only reading comments. These are actually old tweets from Matt Moneymaker. Now, these are just statements from Matt Moneymaker. I don't know how seriously we could take from Matt Moneymaker. I mean, you know, I mean, he has a pretty cool show, yes, and you know, I don't know how, you know, these are just his opinions and statements, but I thought I'd share them with you. All right. Hold on, let me check. Let me stop the screen share on this. If you guys missed anything and want me to go back over anything, please do. I'm just presenting information to the viewers. I don't know, Glenn. Let me ask you. I mean, with what I just read, I mean, there were statements from Matt Moneymaker, and I mean, for Matt Moneymaker to state that, I guess the question I'm getting at is, for who Matt Moneymaker is, what's your opinion on it? I mean, you know, here's a man who could have been a lawyer. He passed up being a lawyer, so you know that kind of shows he has some intelligence, and you know, but you know, he's not a scientist himself, but yet for him to make those kind of statements of his opinion, I mean, coming from him, that kind of makes him almost a, you know, I guess a respectable individual, right? I mean, or do you see that differently, or basically people shouldn't be paying no attention to him, or? Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, hold on, we got. He has some intelligent. Hold on, we got some comments that popped up. I had to refresh my thing. Now we got stuff. Yeah. For those who were just viewing the photo I just showed up, yeah, we got some comments that came in. And it's funny because, all right, I got to break this down. All right, first of all, we had a comment saying, yeah, it was the same exact mask. Okay, that was a mask. So right there, I mean, I've heard this from several people. They see with the same, they see with their own eyes. It's the footage was faked. Um, it's funny. After I just read those comments from you to you from Matt Moneymaker with the footage, is I got a statement here. It says, and the BFRO backed that footage up when it came out. Yes, I agree with you. It looks like a Star Wars Wookiee. It actually kind of did. I mean, it wasn't, the head shape was different, but yeah. And straight blunt statement comment here. I said, yes, it is a scam. And then I'm going to read this here. I would think there could be legal actions if she accepts money. Well, as far as that goes, if you look, I actually looked at the link. Individuals have shared money to her. She has it set up to where if you donate money, you'll get a possible reward out of it. You know, it's like she's trying to make an alternative, you know, something where if you donate, you'll get rewarded for it, basically. That's the last time I looked at it. There was a lot of people that were actually putting into it. So I don't know what the legal thing is with that. I mean, GoFundMe.com, anyone could actually start that. Yeah, anybody. And then Carpenter, he mentions there are numerous reports of Bigfoot looking like a Wookiee. Okay, I mean that's fair enough. Let's see. Honestly, he's got a utility belt. Okay, that's from April. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who you are, Michael. Yeah. Yeah, we went middle of the cloaking issue, and the subject is as ridiculous. Yes, I agree. It is absolutely. A lot of people. I ain't gonna say that. I wanted to say something. I'm gonna behave. Um, I saw. All right. I first saw Melba in a Bigfoot documentary a few years ago, looking like a mild mannered housewife. Always presented herself pretty well. Humble. And then she got some attention due to that. Okay. Then I hear, okay, Scott Carpenter mentions the Erickson Project produced the video. These still captures came from not Dr. Ketchum. Okay, but isn't there a relation there, a connection? Okay, next comment. Um, she showed up in another documentary a while later. Uh, Dyed blonde hair, new clothes, all made up. She wants attention, and this is how she intends to get it. I can agree with it. I really can. I mean, that kind of makes some sense if you think about it. There is a picture showing the eyes. Please post that picture. Well, if you could send it to me, I sure will. I do believe I know what you're talking about or what you're referring to. Um, if I get the picture sent to my Facebook Messenger, I could do that. I could do a screen share. Um, and then Scott Carpenter, he says, I disagree. It's not a suit. Okay. Um, all right. Um, Good. That's funny, April. She said, "I agree, Scott. But how is Bigfoot going to get a belt? You know, okay. Because I mean, the two identical creatures, one's wearing a belt. I mean, I don't know. Hey, thank you for the good point, April. If you watch the video of this, you could clearly see that the face remains static throughout the whole thing. And Corey also goes on to say, it doesn't blink. The mouth just hangs open. Clearly, a fake. Hey Scott. All right, Chris Murphy. Hey Scott Carpenter. Love the true videos. And Scott Carpenter says Matt is a money. I mean, Matt is an idiot. Perhaps he is, and um, and then Chris Murphy goes on to say about Matt Moneymaker. Yes, he is a fake as ever. And then Scott says, "Thanks, Chris." Okay, let's see what else we got. I have seen the eye photograph you're talking about, Scott. Okay, and Polly Cannon. What's your opinion on that he's referring to? All right, I'm going down. I'm still reading all these comments. Our comments and questions like roll right in. Okay, she goes on to say the eyes look real to me. Scott Carpenter says I was involved in the DNA study. It's not a hoax or a scam. Okay, it's not a hoax or a scam, but where's that evidence? Yeah, anyone could be involved in a DNA study. And the scientists can present whatever they want. I mean, excuse me, let me rephrase that. A veterinarian with this DNA can present whatever she wants and have papers formed. But I mean, where's the proof? Where's the backup? I could be involved in a DNA study, and one person could say something doesn't mean it's going to be right. I mean, why was it rejected? Why hasn't it been passed forward and continued? I mean, what's the issue? What's the obstacle here holding the whole thing up? Why does everybody want to defend something that's going to continuously get rejected? Come on. I mean, you ain't fooling me. I'm telling you. I'm sorry. This pisses me off because so many fooled individuals live in a fantasy world. These are the same individuals that take videos and photos, of a blurry, misty image saying there goes Bigfoot cloaked in the woods. Come on. I mean, whatever. I mean, sorry if I'm getting pissed off, but the truth might hurt. But that's how I am. I mean, we got a lot of cowards in here that are not afraid to speak up because they care about their reputation. I'm not afraid. I'm not here to uphold a reputation. I'm here to reveal the truth and share my opinion. And everyone, we're all open to our opinions. Don't be scared to, stop being scared of what someone else is going to think about you. I mean, dig into it, learn to research, do research. If you call yourself a researcher, well, then do it. That's my opinion. If all my viewers, if you're researchers, come on, dig into it. I mean, we're all in this together. Stop being a coward. Okay, I was asking you show The photo again. Okay, give me a second. I'm just going through all these comments. I'm trying to catch up with all these comments. So I didn't realize they came in all at once. All right. All right, BFRO report. Camper startles a Chewbacca-like creature in Palo Canyon State Park. I'm going back this year, but I hope I don't see the Bigfoot again. Another big BFRO report. At the time, I didn't think about it being a Bigfoot because she described it as looking like a Chewbacca character from Star Wars. And then another report, BFRO report, it just looked strange to me. Long arms were swinging and a large gait as it walked. It was a solid dark color from head, whatever. And then whatever. Okay, other people replying back to other people's comments, so I got to be careful. Some of it's confusing. Oh, shoot. Let me go up to see. Okay. All right, don't laugh, but it looked like Chewbacca more than anything else. Okay. All right. A complete paper was published. Too much history to explain this to you guys. Read. Do you research? I've been doing this for quite a while. But I live in a logical state of mind. I don't live in wishful thinking, and there's a lot more details that I can get involved with. But there's too much that stands up against this whole project, and I don't care who is involved, because this project, the DNA study, also involves individuals who claim to have let their basement stay open, so Bigfoot comes in and shits on the floor, and that's where they get their Bigfoot DNA. I'm not going to mention no names, but that's where individuals actually come forward and claim that they took those samples in their basement and turned them into Bigfoot samples, but yet they're all part of the DNA study. So, I mean, if I mention that name, I could get in trouble. So I'm not going to mention no names because there's a lot of crybabies in the Bigfoot community. I'm sorry, but I mean, that's kind of a red flag right there. These individuals claim that they're taking Bigfoot feces that's happened to be right next to their cat litter box in their basement and turning them in. I mean, this is the truth. I mean, this is what was said to me. This is what was shared with me by the individuals who got mad at me about speaking about the whole DNA thing in the first place. Now, well, here it is. It got brought up again. What got brought up again is just one simple post I saw in a group. But all right, hold on. All right, thank you, Corey. I'll check that here in a little bit. As far as I don't know if I'll be able to. Well, I should be able to view it while I'm live, but hold on. Let me check something here. Let's see. Oh, folks, this is funny. Yeah. I don't know where else to go with this. People hate the truth. People call it bullshit because they hate what I'm not here to take favoritism, because that's why there's some individual ain't here, because they're scared of what other people will think. I mean, I don't care if Melba Ketchum was my mother. I would speak. I'm not afraid to speak up to individuals. I mean, I'm a truth finder. I mean, I'm someone that's got to. You know what? This is what gets me. And the individual commenting, he's not the first one to say, well, I was part of the DNA study. How many people are involved in the DNA study? Everyone who wants to believe in it? Come on. I mean, I've seen the paper published. I've seen the DNA. I'm part of the DNA. I've heard that over and over again. That's because that's what they wanted to believe. Okay. Why hasn't it been published? Why hasn't the public seen it? Why hasn't it's been acknowledged? Why is science not acknowledged it? Okay. Anyway, I don't know. Does anyone else have anything else to say in regards to this? All right. That was Janice. Janice Carter about the feces? No, that was actually another individual who shared that to me. So I don't know if more than one person is claiming that same thing. I don't know. Hold on. My mouth is getting dry from all this talking. There we go. I'm reloaded. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you for calling me an idiot, Scott Carpenter. I mean, you and your blob squatches on your videos. Anyway, anyone else have anything else to say? And they could, yeah. Carpenter, what the hell? I don't care if you're not afraid of me. You're not getting the point. I mean, I know people who back you up because, I mean, oh my goodness, we're going to get into a whole different subject here. I'm ready to, a lot of people are trying to change up the subject here. They're not getting what I'm getting. They're not understanding. I mean, oh Lord, I'm actually really fired up right now, and this is fun. I'm sure Fred Kenny, I know you're watching because you're laughing at this because you're the one who got Carpenter involved. So, because you didn't want to jump on here because you take sides with people who take the same kind of photos as you do. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you have anything else to say, I'm all ears. Come on. Anything in regards to this here. I mean, now we got people name calling here. Seriously, I don't even know where to go with this. I mean, I kind of lost some of my train of thought here. Corey, yeah, actually, yeah. Thank you, April. I appreciate that. I mean, I'm just speaking my mind. We got name calling going on. That's real professional. Okay, we got alleged so-called researchers calling, name calling. We got some very mature of you, Scott Carpenter. Um, I mean, do your DNA samples? If you submit any DNA samples, do they come from the those blurry, distorted megapixels of the camera footage that you show? Um, I don't know. I'm just wondering where they come from. But anyway, oh Lord have mercy. Yeah, it seems like the DNA, the whole DNA subject, this whole genome, it's actually become a war against people. I mean, people want to start doing name calling. I mean, I wasn't doing no name calling. I was just pointing out the obvious, But people are in such denial. Seriously, why are you putting yourself in denial? I mean, you live in a fantasy world. You want, well, as what I've been told, what it was stated before from other people. I said these are the people that live in a wishful thinking dreamland, which they're right. I'm actually starting to believe that and see that for myself. Um, these individuals, I don't know. Oh my goodness. Mm, I still want to open up. I have so much held inside. That's why a lot of times I put things in blogs and I put things in posts. Sometimes it's not so easy just to come out about it, but sometimes your mouth could actually get you in trouble. And again, the truth hurts and it upsets a lot of people. um, but anyway, hold on, Wendy McGee. I'll check your comments in a little while. And I see you're tagging me and stuff because I know the last time you told me I was in over my head. Well, if you only knew what I knew, no, I wouldn't be. I'm just exposing what I'm presenting. I am presenting. I'm not stating any negative facts, but presenting what's pretty obvious, what's floating around the world. Okay. If you want to stay on one side of the track, go ahead. I'm going to be honest with you. Years ago, when I started into this and I started learning Mel Beketchum, I was actually excited. When I heard that Mel Beketchum was wanting to do DNA studies and stuff, when I learned about who she was, I was actually, okay, cool. I started learning about Mel Beketchum. I was actually all for her. I really was. I ain't going to lie. All right. I was, yeah, when I first got involved, I was excited about they're going to actually prove that, they're going to have evidence and proof that, that way we can present to other people that Bigfoot's real. Well, over the years, I found and I discovered there's ways to prove it otherwise. All right. Um, but then other things started, other blunt bogus, outrageous, silly claims and statements started coming out. And then it's like, I had to start looking into things. I kept an open mind. I really did. I really kept an open mind. But I had to really dig into that one and think otherwise. So, Glenn, I know you're quiet. I don't know. You're probably. I don't know. What are you thinking, Glenn? I know I'm going on.
Well, I don't know. I think you're 100% right about it. People.
Yeah, I mean, ridiculous that they have to start doing the name calling. I mean, really,
yeah,
I
there's
mean,
no need of that.
all I'm doing is all I'm doing is presenting something and then kind of stating up a few other things, and then they get upset and start calling me names. Okay, that without me getting pissed off, I mean, it does fire me up inside. So it causes me to fire back and talking about the trash that they produce. But anyway, I mean, besides that, I mean, I always keep quiet. I don't put people's work down because we're all in this together as far as what we do. Okay. Um, I may not, what do you call it? A DNA study. I do collect samples from the field, but my samples are the same ones that are found in Fred's area. Um, of course, to get the samples back, but I didn't get them back directly to me. I didn't get them back till a newspaper reporter actually investigated the situation. When come to find out, Jeff Meldrum said they were bear hairs. Okay, cool. I accepted that. I really wanted it to be something else. I mean, I was not gonna deny that they could have been something else. I didn't know. I was kind of unknowledgeable about it. So I started collecting bear hairs and observing bear hairs. I collected some bear hairs here recently, and some of them actually appeared to be a little different. They were actually some of them, the colors. Some were solid black, some of them were reddish blonde, cinnamon kind of color. But you know what? Don't forget, bears have those colors. But anyway, trying not to get off subject here. I don't know. I had actually asked a couple other individuals come on. One individual, he's actually on a cruise, and the other person, I forget what they said. I can't remember what they said. Other well-respected individuals, which they would like to join on here at a later date, which will be great to have them on. Anyway, I don't know where else to go with this. Let's see. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me see here. I missed something here. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to read what Corey's saying about Matt Moneymaker. Let me just read it out loud. Corey says, but Matt Moneymaker is all about making a profit. Okay, that's true. When your livelihood depends on something, will you shoot yourself in the foot? Okay, good point. Chris Murphy, yes, I have watched Scott's videos since he put them out. He actually has true pics and videos, not like this other crap people get butthurt about it. Hint, hunt, whatever. Okay, hint, hint. I guess I meant to say. All right, let me refresh this because somehow I have to refresh my the live chat for me to see anything new. No, nothing new. He actually has true. Hold on. I would think there'd be. Oh, hold on. This live chat, it's hard to pick up everything up. Sometimes it doesn't show everything up right away. Yeah. Well, all right. I was just catching up. I was reading the last couple of comments that were on there. I was actually surprised this topic actually brought in a lot of viewers. But again, I was told I shouldn't have talked about this subject, and and I know other visuals. I haven't even looked at the comments on Facebook because I saw who they came from, and I can only tell you it's all negative. I could pretty much tell you it's negative because I mean the same individual told me that I was in over my head, and that may be so. You know what? That might be so, but I'm not afraid to talk on the subject. Okay, I'm not afraid to point out obvious things that are presented. All right, there's a lot of little things that are constantly ignored. There's a lot of details that's constantly ignored and not thought of. And when I think of it, I try to make notes of them and I try to present them. That's all I'm doing, everybody. That's all I'm doing. Sometimes I get people that's got to point things out to me, and and that's been the case quite a few times. When people present something to me, I'll look at it. I'll take it as, um, what's the right word to use? Mm, I'll take the feedback and study, analyze it, and use it to the best of my knowledge. Simple as that. Um, if I shouldn't be talking about something, why? Why can't I? I have a right to, just like anyone else has a right to present anything they want to present. Um, Again, I'm not afraid of my reputation. I'm not here to make myself look good. I'm not here to, I don't care. Some people say, well, you're making yourself look bad. No, I'm being honest. I'm not scared to speak up. A lot of people say you got to leave things alone. No. Are you serious? You make it out to be a joke. You make it act like, you know, you can't speak your mind. Well, that's not who I am. And a lot of people if you've been following my blogs and everything throughout the years, you would understand I've been pretty blunt about everything I have ever spoken of before. So, all right. I when I go out in the field, all right, I'm just like any other researcher. I try to take my time. I observe nature for what it is, and it's for one thing, yes, it's relaxing, but it's my learning tool, man. I get out there and I don't care. I learn at least one thing a day when I'm out there, and that one thing of learning might open up a new sense. I take a lot of video footage when I'm out there. I don't present it all, but I do take a lot of video footage. I go through it, and because a lot of my video footage, I'll start filming. I'll start doing videos. I'll make my own little personal documentaries. A lot of it, I'm scanning through the woods and I'm talking and explaining. And sometimes I just make videos. For a lot of it's educational purposes. For those who may not be entirely familiar with the woods and nature, and that's the reason behind a lot of my videos and my footages, because I do not go out there claiming to take videos of Bigfoot and other images all the time. Um, I've had people come back to me and say, "Hey, look at you know your timestamp, such and such. You had something there." Okay, well, cool. I like it when people present stuff like that to me. So I'll put it. I'll start analyzing my videos. I don't see nothing in there. Um, a lot of people claim to see things that are really not there. Some things can be deceiving because it's wishful thinking. It's you know something that appears to be there, but it's not really there. No, it's not always pareidolia in the case. So sometimes it just I don't know. I don't even know. I just right now this whole situation I can't really think right no more. But I guess the point I'm making trying to make is uh, try to look into it on the other side. Don't stay once. Like I said, I started off being open minded with a whole DNA project years ago. Okay, I was excited about it. I really was, and I till I got to know Melba Ketchum, and then how her reputation was starting to unfold. So that's how I was present. I really was. Uh, when she was coming out about testing DNA and everything, I was like, all right, man, this is awesome. Seriously. But then over the years and even up to present time, I mean, I don't know, just things kind of fell apart. Seriously. Oh, and finally, Mr. Fred Kinley was able to jump on.
Oh, my last name's Kelly now, huh?
What is it? What did I say? Did I say it?
You said
Huh?
Kelly. I am not
Nuh-uh.
a
Did I?
Kelly. I'm a Kane. Yes.
I said Mr. Candy. It might have sounded like I said Kelly.
Uh,
No.
oh, okay.
No.
I'm gonna be. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna be an objective observer here. Okay, on this podcast.
Okay,
All
I've
right.
basically been talking. What's the name's been, Glenn's been pretty quiet, so I think he's just doing the same thing, listening. So, um,
Let's let's go back to the DNA part with Scott Carpenter and a few other individuals.
yeah,
Um,
apparently
I've been
he's kind of offended by the whole thing, apparently. So, but I'm
yeah,
not afraid to
yeah.
speak
Well,
up on my opinion, though. That's the problem, Fred. I'm not afraid to speak my opinion.
okay, well, that's cool,
So,
man. Yeah, I mean, you got your opinion, I got my opinion, but it is.
right, exactly, and that's what people got to
Yeah,
understand. They,
yeah. I've been,
why?
yeah, I've been following.
Yeah, go
I've
ahead.
been following with Scott for the past, well, basically ever since he first started doing working DNA in the field. I've seen his videos when he first started. And everything he's got is authentic. And he's been working with Melba for the past quite a few years. So it's not Scott's fault what's going on. Melba the wrong way, but far as the DNA sequence goes, Melba and about 10,000 other DNA specialists have all, even Jeff Meldrum, have all come up with the exact same DNA sequence, human hybrid with
Actually,
with the
Jeff Meldrum
hominid.
actually has Jeff Meldrum actually has a little something different to say about that, but that's something else I got somewhere. I'll dig that up later.
Yeah,
But
but uh,
I mean,
you know what?
but
Go ahead.
well, the thing is, I'm not attacking nobody for it. I'm not. That's the point I'm making at. But then I get called an idiot, for rambling
No,
on,
you're not.
uttering,
No.
I know, but and the thing is, I'm not trying to defend myself either. That's the problem. I don't see no need to. I mean, if they're not understanding me, if they're getting mad and upset, it's because they're not understanding me in my opinion. That's where I'm going at with part of this. And people are turning this into a whole different subject here. And I was trying to, all I started to do is presenting things. And then reading some of the comments kind of threw it off into another chorus.
Yeah,
So, but,
I mean, a lot of
um,
people. A lot of people. I mean, you're gonna have more negative than you're gonna have positive because the way Melba went about it. That's
hmm
that right there boils it down to from a tractor trailer down to a tricycle. The way Melba
yeah,
went about it at first. I mean, she's slowly gaining up. But far as all the DNA goes, all DNA is real. It's just the way Melba's going about it in a point.
right.
Now, this is my opinion, no one else's. Okay, I mean, this is what I've been seeing ever since I started getting in with Scott Carpenter, Melba, all the other guys. I mean, I went through the rigmaroles being called hoaxer, a couple over years, but I've learned, because I've been following Scott Carpenter and all the other people, and these people are doing good. Now, as far as the Genome Project goes, to me, that's iffy. I mean, as far as Matilda goes, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Let me ask you something. Well, since you brought that up, real
okay,
quick,
all right.
I want to. You might be able to help me understand this part a little bit better. Now, the the Erickson project, or the whole Matilda thing, didn't Melba Ketchum have a connection to that somehow?
She like the way I understand it was that she got asked to come into this group, and yeah, there's a video of Melba Ketchum. There originally was supposed to be two of them, like a brother and a sister, but I think one died. I'm not really sure. But if you see the uh, night vision part of the video, you do see juvenile squatches and everything. They do have a place where they are. There is a girl and a guy who get in ghillie suits and get descended all this crap, and the squatches are used to them apparently, and they video now that right there,
Yeah, I'm gonna present it.
I mean,
I was asked to show this. Somebody wanted to see this again, so I
yeah,
did it
yeah.
again. So.
Okay, now if you look at the top pictures, that's definitely a mask. But the only thing I don't agree with Matilda part is all the Squatches I've seen do not have canines like that.
Right.
Maybe some do, but the ones I've seen don't. And everything.
Yeah.
But far as seeing the Squatches at night, yeah, I can believe that. I mean, this guy put a boatload of money into this project, and
Yeah.
it's going to be an ongoing thing for the next 20, 30 years probably. But now this
Yeah.
picture here, I you know, like me and another person, we're having he wants me to send him this, that, and the other, and he thinks, that he can make the exact same mask. I don't know, but
Yeah.
know, the part that throws me is the canines. I've never seen canines on a Squatch in my entire life. They have human teeth but bigger. As
Right.
far as the
Well.
DNA goes, DNA that is being sent in is authentic, and it's been proven uh, by a lot of DNA specialists.
Yeah.
This should my get go is it's the way Melba is going about it. That's the downfall. That's where she's getting all that negativity, because she went to I think it was a beauty magazine or something, and tried to get them to put it in. They bought a magazine or something like it, and they tried to get it put in there, and all this bunch. It's just a bunch of rigmarole.
Mm.
But that's basically what it is. But as far as the research part of it goes, everything's authentic. It's just the way Melba
Yeah.
is going about it. That's what I see. That's no one's opinion but mine.
Oh yeah. I mean, all DNA samples, regardless of what it is authentic. I mean, but how as far as the way I am seeing it, regardless of how it's tested or presented, it's you know if it's wrong but presented another way, then there's a serious scientific error there, which I can see why it's being not acknowledged. I mean, but yet there's been a genome paper that's been published, but then again, it's not being acknowledged. A paper that's published, but yet it's been rejected. I mean, there's an error. There's something wrong with it. There's something wrong with it where science is not accepting it. I mean, there's a good possibility maybe the government's involved because I don't know. I mean, the government could be trying to deny something. Maybe the government's interceding and does not want or intervening and
Oh,
doesn't want something presented. And we've had these discussions before about the government as well. But that's a whole different subject
well,
itself.
yeah, yeah. Well, right now we're having the government is the one that is saying that it does not exist. We have the evidence that do, but the reason they're saying no is because of loggers, tree huggers, this person, that person, trying to get things done their way. But
Right.
if the government says, well, we finally acknowledge Bigfoot as being a known species of North America, and that means the loggers have to shut their business down and blah, 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 boils down to a small point. This is just one of 100,000 things that's keeping everything grounded. I mean, there's a lot of research out there. You, me, Scott Carpenter, M.K. Davis. We all got good DNA evidence, and it comes back either bear or contaminated with human.
Yeah.
And that's what's holding us down because which doctor was that? One doctor, if I can remember, back a few years ago, he was told if he had admitted that they are real, they was going to shut him down. The government was going to shut him down and do this and do all that and everything. So he backed down. The government's
Right.
going to a point
Hmm.
and everything, So, I mean, but like I said, it all boils down to the way Melba is doing it. If she changes her approach, like, saying like, I see Bigfoots in my dream, and they're doing this and they're doing, yeah, there was a time she was wacky. She still might be wacky. I don't know.
Have you ever heard that claim? I don't know. Of course, when I saw the source where it came from, I was like, okay, well, I wasn't even going to present it. But I've heard it from several people. But have you ever heard of the claim of her being,
Yeah, I heard it.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. But
Yeah.
I even
I
have the
mean,
link and information about that, but I wasn't going to share it because I don't, that's to me that's a little
yeah.
bizarre. Um,
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. If you want to find out, look up the Texas State University DNA laboratory, and they have the genome. I think they have the genome project on that one, on that link right there. I'm not really sure, but I think they do. And it shows and explains a lot.
yeah, but I mean the thing is, I mean yeah, they might have it listed under for the genome project, but any information as far as DNA, they're not going to have that released as far as the actual results if it hasn't been presented to the public. I mean, then again, I was told it's been published, but why hasn't no one seen the work of it though? So I mean, I don't know, you know what I mean? But um, hold on, I'm checking something out. Um, well, here's one comment. Or any other? Okay. If it had been proven to be legit, I guess referring to the DNA, why hasn't it? Hold on, let me try to read this right. Why hasn't it been put on the cover of National Geographic or any other legit magazine? I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's a good point, but then again, if it did, would it actually be put on a magazine? I mean, maybe, maybe not. You know. So, what's that, Glenn? What was that, Glenn? You were saying something?
Oh, I was talking to my daughter.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I
It's
thought you
all
were
right.
trying to say. Yeah, I thought you were trying to say something. Well, Chris Murphy makes a point. Well, Chris actually states because I guess they were replying back to what Corey was saying because public can't handle the truth. Well, I guess we'll never know. I guess it'll always be a mystery, and only the very chosen few might get that information, and we'll have to, I guess we're gonna have to put our fate of the hands and all the many people who claim that they've seen or been part of the DNA study, and we'll have to rely on them. Which, to me, that's not. Uh, Man, I'm at a loss for words to try to say what I'm trying to say, but I guess that's kind of a tough one. I mean, because we have to rely on people to say, "Well, I've seen it, so it's true." I mean, really? I mean, I mean, that's part of what I'm getting at too. I mean, if it's not going to be presented to the public, I mean, then why even present it? Period. I mean, it's
Most
the whole idea. One thing about the project and what they're trying to do. I do understand. I do, but there's a lot of it that's not making sense to me. Is what I'm part of what I'm getting at. So,
well,
um, and then
sometimes you got to go through the bullarchy to get to the truth, you know, and everybody wants it presented, but you got a lot of people who got lots and lots of money who's saying I don't want it because it all comes back down to businesses and stuff to a
yeah,
point, you know. And Melba is always going to be trashed. I mean, I don't agree with half what she does, but she is with a project who is doing a good job though.
yeah.
It's
I
just
mean,
everybody's right. Everybody's giving her shit because
yeah,
you never hear anything about anybody else on the. I think there's like 5 or 6 top researchers or DNA specialists and every or on the that's on the panel plus the guy who's sponsoring it. And I mean, they're doing a good job, but you don't hear about them. You only hear about Melba,
right.
and it
Well,
takes.
part of it is because Melba's actually putting herself out there. Well, for example, one of the viewers actually stated that all she's doing is ever since her interviews, she got acknowledged, she got attention right away, and then ever since she started putting on a show for everybody, and she's wanting the attention. It's what she's after right now. So, which I can understand that. Hey, it got exciting for her. Here's a local veterinarian woman, wanting to get involved with the Bigfoot, discovery, and starts forming this group and has their project. Which, hey, that's all fine and dandy. That's how a lot of us get started. I mean, and then it actually goes into a lot deeper and bigger, activities and involvements and, everything else. But it's exciting for a lot of us. It is. I mean, I can't deny that. But yeah, she's kind of putting herself on a pedestal in a way where she presented herself when she first came out. She was actually a very humble woman, and then but right now she's got fun, personal fund campaigns where she's begging for money right now, and I don't know. I can understand if she's trying to do something on her own. I don't know how that's going to work for her, but I know there's a lot of people that back her up. More power to her. And again, I don't dislike the women, so I hope nobody gets the wrong idea. I do not. And I keep glancing at the live chat, and I see there's some good points going back and forth between Corey and Chris, because they're actually replying back to each other, and I just happen to look every so often. I'm trying to keep up with what they're saying, because some of the stuff I see they say is pretty good stuff. The both of them are saying some great stuff here. I'm going to back up. I'm going to try to read in part of this conversation going between the two of them. Okay, after we were talking about when Chris said because the public can't handle the truth, I guess he was replying back to what I was saying about, so why doesn't the public know? Which, we kind of went through that. And then Chris was saying, well, that's why, Corey. And then Chris says, hold on. Yeah, true, that sucks because there is something out there. Okay. Well, we all know there's something out there. We've either seen for ourselves or we've actually found the evidence that we cannot, undeniable evidence that we cannot deny, that we know there's something out there. They seem to handle the finding of the bonobo ape pretty well, yes. What about, hey, don't forget about the billy ape. Billy ape is very large. That was deep down in Africa. A very large ape, 300 to 400 pounds, nicknamed the cat killer. Yeah. And gorillas weren't discovered till the 1940s or 50s. Let's see. So who sees it or reads? Okay, I'm trying to make sense of what's being said here. Maybe I shouldn't read these because I'm not following everything, because I'm not understanding their conversation here. Oh, wait a minute. Corey asked a good question here. This is interesting. I don't know about this one, but I'm going to read it. Corey is asking, wasn't there a document and a book written by Brian Sykes debunking the whole Melba DNA thing? That's actually a good question. I don't know nothing about that one. I never heard that one.
There was something written a few years ago, but it was talking about her, saying mostly that she was like a nutty fruitcake, basically something like that.
Yeah.
And
but
she
yeah,
didn't know what she was doing on the DNA and all this crap,
Right. I got you. But yeah, well, Chris said yes. Who knows about the whole DNA thing? But so I guess there was something. I'm gonna have to look into that, see what Brian Sykes had to say about that. Now, Brian Sykes is the same one who tested several samples of DNA, including Justin Smeja. Of course, he was on the documentary with him together. And then Chris said, yes, true, the Billy ape. Yeah. But I don't know.
Because when Shmeha got when Sykes come in and told him it was a bear, there was a big controversy going over that part, of did Shmeha give her a juvenile squatch chunk of meat with hair on it, or was it a bear? Sykes said bear. Sykes said bear. The DNA on the boots said bear. So, and the interview that I've seen and we've done, it's really hard to tell. Shmeha don't care one way or the other right now. But the way it is, it's basically what this all is. It's one big circle. Everybody touches down on 2 or 3 certain things each month. Every month it's something different. It goes in a circle. Everybody's saying about the same thing. That's basically all it is. Just a big. It's like a clock. Everybody going around the clock saying the same thing over and over again, but just different ways. That's
Right.
what I see.
All right, hold on. I'm checking something out here. All right, I'm actually browsing through something right now, and okay. All right, I thought I saw something here. It's not showing up now. Maybe somebody deleted it or something. I don't know. All right.
I'll be right back.
All right. Okay, I was actually just on the other page. I was actually scanning through Facebook, check something out. All right. Let me check here. I'm actually going back and forth. Yes. All right. Yeah. So, all right. That confirms between Corey and Chris, they are talking about there is a book. There is something from Brian Sykes regarding the DNA from Melba. And now that I think I might know a little bit about that, but I'm not sure. I need to look into that. Definitely, we need to dig into that. I want to get some information on that. That might shed some light on the whole subject here. The Corey says, "Oh, and don't forget, Smeha was selling tickets to an event where he would charge you to take you out to the site where he said he shot the Bigfoot he claims to have shot." And then Chris said, "Yes, he wanted fame, and he got a bit of it, and it is all that is." Yeah, that's again another subject. We've actually had Justin Smeha on here, and he's been on multiple interviews. We've had him on looking for Bigfoot, with a group of us, me, Shane Bradbury, Fred Canny, and give or take maybe a couple others, but we've actually questioned him. He went through the same story. I've heard the story on other interviews, and he was very consistent with this story, but I don't know. Like I said, that's a different subject. Let's see. Is that guy from Georgia who is proven to be a hoax? I don't know. I'm not sure who you're referring to, April. You have any names or affiliates? Anything that affiliates him with a group, or that might kind of pinpoint who you may be referring to? All comes down to money and fame in the end, don't it? Yes, actually, you're right, Corey. Like what you were presenting earlier, and you're not the only one that actually brought up the whole thing about people, these certain individuals looking for attention, and then they're looking for money and fame. I believe that's what it does boil down to. But you guys are talking. Okay. Oh, she's talking about Smeha. Yeah. That's who we were just talking about, Justin Smeha.
Yeah. Smeha is I mean, he's a good guy and everything, but, like during the interview that we did with him and with the interviews I saw with him once, there was one thing that really topped the button with me about it is he said when they come down that straight in the woods, like it was like all wooded, then right there right there with the driver's side there, they could see in the field, and they say the Squatch come toward him waving his arms like don't shoot. Now, how did the Squatch know that they had a gun? That's one of the things that threw me off on it, And
right. Well, I forgot about that. Yeah, because I remember you bringing that point up before. So
yeah, so, I mean, but it's not. It's hard. It's not to say that he didn't see a Squatch.
Right.
He could have shot him, but it's just that one little piece right there that discredits him to a point, But I believe he did see something, and he might have shot something. But when when Sykes asked for that DNA, he got the bear and everything.
No, wait a minute. Yeah, the viewers they got somebody mixed up. They brought up Justice Smeha. He's from California, ain't he?
Yeah, the Sierra. He lives in the Sierras.
And then Steve Peck jumps on and says, "Oh, the guy from Georgia is Dyer. No, Dyer's from Texas, right?" Yeah.
He lives in Florida. Yeah, Rick Dyer lives in Florida.
Right, but then he owns a business over in Texas or something too, right? Or am I mixing that up?
Yeah, he owns two cars. One's Mercedes Benz.
Oh, okay. So
Tonight
yeah,
he
Rick.
tonight he popped on with me. Tonight he popped on with me and you. He was at his Jaguar dealership
Oh, okay.
that night. He popped on.
Oh,
Story here, real quick, about Justin. I watched an
yeah.
interview. Another guy went to the site, and they was. I'll just skip all the much story. But anyway, in the camp that night, uh, the guy said they camped probably about, I don't know, probably about a quarter mile from the kill site, you know, and the research, and the guy who was interviewing said that walk on down there, you know. So Smeha, they walked down to a certain point. Smeha says someone stop, something like that, and they come back to the camp and noise behind the camp, and the guy doing an interview had his but he said he saw something over 9 to 10 foot tall behind, standing right, and he couldn't get, and he didn't want to approach it or sleeping. And Smeha heard, so they're coming to get me. They're coming this morning. That guy doing the interview went walking down the trail toward the kill site, and right where they stopped around through there, surrounding that one spot. The squatches that reporter saw, you know, so yeah, there are squatches. I mean, this is the interview what the hell's his name? He's been here in Virginia. Wears glasses. What's his
Hold
name?
on. Wait a minute.
He was
what's
doing.
he?
He was the one doing the. He was on animal caves and all that stuff.
I'm not sure. You said he wears glasses?
I can't think of the guy's name. Yeah. He's been in my research area. You know, cave on Animal Planet about.
I'm not. I can't think of no name. I can't think of nobody right now.
Well, okay. Well, anyway, he was doing the interview, you know, and I saw the interview of the guy interviewing the news I call him a news guy, you know, and it was very interesting because the reporter said he did see a big, massive squatch behind the cars and everything, you know, and there was Sasquatch tracks all around where they stopped and was talking before they come back to the camp, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's kind of interesting how, you know, it worked out, you know. Everything,
right.
But you know, but Smeha was scared because he said they're coming to get me. I remember that part.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's, you know, I know a lot of people kind of let that go. That's kind of like over the, you know, I don't even know. I think pretty much after everything, you know, after he had his moment of fame and attention.
Daniel.
Huh? Yeah.
The head guy's Team Rogue.
Team Rogue?
Yeah.
That sounds familiar, but I still can't put a Team Rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds familiar, but I can't pinpoint who that might be.
He's the one that done the he traveled around the United States exploring caves and stuff.
Now, what is he? Is he something to do with Bigfoot? Is he affiliated with Bigfoot research or anything by any chance?
Yeah, he's a Bigfoot researcher.
All right, let me try to look him up real quick. You said it's called Team Rogue, right?
Yeah, Team Rogue. Yeah, because I saw the interview. I asked him about if I can get a hold of the interview, and he said it was deleted or something. He couldn't find it or something like that. This was last year when I saw the interview. I just happened to. I went on his website and under his YouTube channel, and I found it, and I was just listening to it, and it led right into it, man. But it was interesting, you know. So Shmehai did see something, and he was legitimately scared at the camp that night.
Hmm.
What the heck is that guy's name?
Yeah, I'm
But it,
trying to look. I mean, I see a lot of different things listed under. Hold on. No, this no. All right, never mind. That one there. There's a lot of things about Team Rogue being about fitness stuff here. Hold on. All right, let me try to enter something in a little different. Okay, hold on. We might have something here. Let me click on this link, see what it says. It says something about Team Rogue and Bigfoot sighting, so we'll check it out. I see it's under a Bigfoot evidence blog spot. Hold on. I'm trying to look through on my phone. Everything's a little. Alright, I'm not seeing no name. Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing no names under this one. Let me try another one. Yeah, because this one here is referring to, I mean, it shows a guy wearing, well, what appears to be sunglasses, or unless they were his regular glasses and they darken up in the light. But it's called Team Rogue's Richmond, Maine's Bigfoot sighting interview. Hold on. Let me try something else here, because there was something else below that before I clicked on that. Team Rogue goes on the hunt for a white Bigfoot after a local trace. All right, let me click on that one there.
right. I can't think of his name.
I might get lucky here and find the name. Well, this does not produce a name. All of this shows a YouTube video on Facebook. Poo poo. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that later, I guess. But all right. All right. All right. I forget. I was gonna say something, but I forgot what I was going at. Let's see. All right. Yeah, I can't find nothing on that right now. Wait a minute.
Bill Brock.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, yeah, all right. Oh, yeah, Glenn, I just got your message. It's okay. I've done that by accident before myself. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'll fix that. All right. Okay, I think I already got it fixed.
Yeah, but anyway, Bill Brock was one who did the interview. You know, it was like an hour and a
Right.
half video, and he's he's he was saying that that Shmehai was generally scared. So yeah, I can see that. You know, everything.
Yeah,
But that's what.
if we're on the subject, I don't, didn't want to spend too much time about Smeha. But the other thing is, has anyone ever? I don't know if anyone, or I haven't heard of anyone question this. I'm sure they have, but now, according to the whole story, and then even in the reenactment, he was in the passenger seat. There was another individual that was driving the vehicle, but no one's ever said or mentioned the other individual in there. Like, I mean, what was ever said about him or questioned about him? I mean, seems like he was never asked a question about, and there was no statements ever made from him. I mean, if anything, he knows, whoever this individual is, he knows the truth. Perhaps maybe he worked out a deal with Smeha, and Smeha said, "Hey, I'll work out a deal with you. I'll pay you or whatever. Just to stay out of it. Don't let me handle this and take it on from here." I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm getting at, because you never heard no statement from him. So
There was a lot. There was money involved. Let's put it that way.
So yeah, perhaps maybe it's safe to say or assume that maybe Smeha paid him off or something.
No, no,
Just maybe no.
opposite.
Hmm. Mm-mm. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's definitely mysterious. That's for sure. But I wonder if he ever changed. Has there ever been any mention of him changing his story by any chance?
Nope, he's sticking to it.
Wow.
It's like a guy said to his wife, "That's my story, and I'm sticking to it."
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see something here.
But
Yeah. Okay.
uh, but I mean, there's a lot of things that people really don't know about Melba.
Yeah.
Only thing that they're really going by is what they've read or what they've seen on YouTube or seen on Facebook or something like that. I do know
Yeah.
that Melba is a die-hard researcher far as DNA goes. Because she's spending money out of her pocket too, because she's paying like 5 other guys underneath her to help do the DNA testing and everything.
Yeah.
So but like I said, like I said, it's my opinion. It might be just the way she's going about it. That's it.
Yeah.
Because
Uh,
and a lot of people's got a lot of opinions about it too. So
well, here's a few comments. I'm going to read off some comments here. Just to see what I'm reading here. It's interesting. I'm going to start right here on this one here. Starting off from Corey. Just be aware, Smeha originally sent the samples to Melba, and she said it was Bigfoot DNA. It was later tested by Sykes, and it came back as bear. Then Scott Carpenter replies, Corey, it was Bigfoot. Smeha got scared. Bart Catino helped him as he switched samples in an attempt to discredit the study. Discredited the study. I'm sorry. The sample was intendedly tested, if I'm reading that right, tested and verified to be Bigfoot. Bill Brock. Okay, well, that's something else. Scott Carpenter also says Sykes did not want Bigfoot hair. Meldrum sent him Bigfoot hair and was extremely upset. Sykes had his screener make sure he did not receive Bigfoot hairs. Corey says so his screener tested the samples beforehand, found Bigfoot DNA, and didn't send those along. Kind of a stretch, isn't it? And when money is involved. Then Scott says no, his screener looked at the hair, not the DNA. The screener then excluded hairs that were Bigfoot, so Sykes would only get bear, wolf, etc. Do you think Sykes would really spend that kind of cash on a bear hair? Unless he had an agenda. And then Melba went broke. And then Corey says, so everything is a conspiracy then. And then I don't have no more comments after that. So I'm just reading off comments between the conversation here in the live chat. Pretty interesting conversation. So yeah, all these samples were handed down to one to the other, and it does sound like a conspiracy here. I mean, what is it? I mean, all these samples are sent to this person. This person said this, but this one turned around and said it was this, and I don't know. Interesting, very interesting. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know where to go with this. But so, and then yeah, Scott Carpenter replies to Corey's last question when Corey said, "So everything is a conspiracy then?" And he said, "If the shoe fits." So I don't know. Very interesting. I don't know. This is an interesting topic. I mean, I hope people understand why I presented this. So, like I said, I wasn't trying to attack nobody, just trying to present what's out there. So, it's a lot of he said, she said, if you ask me. And people said they saw this, they read this, you know what? I don't know. I mean, overall, Fred, what do you think about it? I mean, I mean, people say they saw the paper, it was published, and all this stuff was said. But then,
All that
the
buddy's
public
doing.
don't know. Huh?
All right, you got people out there who claim that blah blah this, blah blah that. All right, Melba is with the Genome Project with Scott
Right.
Carpenter and quite a few other people, and um, it all comes back to what I said earlier. It's probably just the way that she's going about it. As far as the DNA sequence with everybody's coming back with the same. Yeah, some say bear, some say Bigfoot. Dr. Sykes, he really doesn't want Bigfoot to exist because it takes away from his limelight. That's my opinion of it. And
Which that
then
makes
you
sense. That really
got
does make sense.
yeah, because Sykes is very popular. He's like a Donald Trump over there, And if
Yeah.
something over here in the states takes away his popularity, that makes him look bad. I mean, he's got the biggest and the most fanciest equipment you can imagine in the country, in over across the pond, and he's the smartest man over there, so he thinks he can come over here and say no, it's just bear, which actually he comes up with the same thing everybody else comes up with, but he's saying bear because
Yeah.
it makes him look bad. That's
Yeah.
that's what I see. I don't know about anybody else, but that's just me.
And you know what? I'm gonna agree with you on that one, Fred, because I mean I watched him on the documentaries on TV with all. Hello? Hold on, I lost my page. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, like I said, I watched him on a lot of documentaries. I, um, I watched him through the one with Smeha and these other individuals where DNA samples were tested, and I don't know. I mean, I had my doubts, and I questioned the whole Sykes whole thing myself. Um, but with it's almost like there's who could we really trust? You know what I mean? I mean, I think if there's a lot of doubt and if there's a conspiracy or if there's a big confusion going on with the one you're dealing with, everyone's throwing their faith in this one person to do this whole study. I mean, I mean, it's like it doesn't seem like it's moving forward. It doesn't seem like it's producing anything positive. Perhaps this is a team is the team that she might be working with, where maybe they're not producing what she needs. As far as maybe they're not being cooperative. I mean, maybe that could have something to do with it. Uh, these individuals involved with this study, I mean, they really got to ask themselves: are they trusting that individual in her and their work? I mean, does that individual, their work and knowledge? I mean, is it actually getting anywhere? That's you got to ask yourself and question yourself that. Where is it going? Is it going to continue going down a dead end? Is it going to continue getting rejected? But then again, the other question is, if it is published, and why is there only a very few chosen that gets to see the results? What's the point of having this whole project? Their whole project is to present publicly and get it acknowledged that everybody knows. But if it's not going to happen, I mean, there's got to be an alternative. There's got to be another direction. I mean, I understand that's part of what maybe she's trying to do here with raising funds, but I mean, perhaps I don't know, her reputation in the scientific community, perhaps kind of, maybe she ruined it with the wrong one. Or, I don't know. I mean, do you understand what I'm trying to say? I know I don't explain myself too clearly sometimes, um, but it's the whole thing. I don't know. It's even trying to have an open mind and consider it. It still doesn't add up. Something's not right. It's just
It's like
somebody's not cooperating.
it's like opening up a can of worms, man.
It
That's
is.
it.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
It's like a can of worms, you know. I mean, this has been going on with Melba for the past, I don't know, I'm taking a wild guess, 6 or 7 years now, you know.
Right. That's about right. Yep. Um, Hold
You
on.
know,
Let me see something here.
so it really, you know, uh, I mean, I
Okay.
studied. Go ahead.
No, I'm just reading what Scott Carpenter's saying, and I do agree. I mean, I'm aware of that the results were made. All right, the results were made public. You could download them at the Sasquatch Genome Study.
Yeah,
Let me back up. 13 labs were used in the blind study. Dr. Ketchum did not run the sample. Oh, I know she has a team of different labs. Yeah, I was aware of that too.
yeah, Texas
Okay,
State University.
okay. She's raising funds for the documentary about the DNA study and to continue to test samples. All right. Um,
Do
all
you
right.
know how? Do you know how many samples
The-
everybody's got from people? I mean, there's people like you and me, and God knows how many other people sending DNA in. So they got plenty of DNA. You
right.
know, so it's going to be an ongoing thing until the government finally admits it. You know, I
The,
mean,
the other the other question is, all right, they're getting these samples and they're calling Bigfoot DNA, but how is it coming up Bigfoot DNA? I mean,
human
right?
hybrid, human hybrid mixed with a hominin. That's what it boils down
Okay.
to. I mean, you know, I mean,
Well, okay. I mean, I understand that, but do they actually have a specimen to compare these results to? I
that
mean,
right there. That right there is the yo-yo.
number one question. Yeah.
That's the
Where
yo-yo.
are they right? What are they comparing these samples to get the
Right.
results?
Well, the DNA is coming back human hybrid, but there is a gene. There is something in the DNA that is a hominin, and they don't know what it is. I'm
Yeah.
saying now, my opinion is Cro-Magnon and Neanderthal, and maybe something before or after during that period
Right.
that someone made it with something somewhere, you know, and that's where the big argument comes in at because
Right.
nobody. I mean, as far as the DNA goes, DNA's yeah, it's human hybrid, but
Yeah.
it's the hominin that they don't know. So that's why they're taking DNA samples from everything from a snail to a groundhog, you know, and they're just trying to find out. And the big argument is, well, we know it's this, but we don't know what it's mixed with. So, you know, everybody's assuming. That's where the argument comes in at. Everybody's assuming what they think they know what it is. Like you got these people, well, I'm a Bigfoot expert. Bull hockey. No
Yeah.
one's a Bigfoot expert, you know, and you just got, you know, it's going to take time. It might be 25, 30 years from now before that hominin is found. That's the bottom
Right.
line. And with Melba, Scott, me, you, a couple other people that we know, you know, M.K. Davis, Jeff Meldrum, you know, everybody, you know, is going to find out, someone is going to find out what that hominin is. Then it will be settled. But till then, you're going to hear everything from elbow to assholes about it. Someone's doing it this way. Someone's not doing it right. Da this and da that. That's what it boils down to. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
I had to throw that in there. You know, I love the sound effects. Anyway, Corey's replying to Scott's statement. But yet, the only place we hear about this study are on Bigfoot-related websites. And then he goes on. He said, "That's my problem with the whole thing." Yeah, I can see where he's coming from on this. Why is it only on a Bigfoot website? Why hasn't it been published elsewhere? I mean, because it's open to the public, but it's only public to Bigfoot forums. I mean,
yeah. You know,
I mean, I can see where Corey's coming from.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be the news we're saying. Channel 5 or NBC News. Newsflash: Bigfoot is real. No, they're not doing that. You know, it's going to stay in the it's going to stay in the Bigfoot communities. So you got all these people who we call Mr. and Mrs. Know-it-alls who sit on the couch and nag everybody that they don't know their caboose from the Yahoo in the ground. You know, so that's where a lot of the arguments coming in. You know, because I mean, a lot of us researchers, we all agree on one thing, but not the other. Then you got the general public throwing their opinion in there. Well, I think it's this. I think it's that. And it's just on and on and on. You know, so it's a continuous thing.
Right.
You know, but you're right. It is, and you know, it needs to stay in the Bigfoot community until the actual DNA has been confirmed by the government and find out what the hell that hominin is, because nobody knows it. Nobody.
Right.
That's why they're in the Amazons, they're in Africa, they're in Guatemala. You know, any place got a jungle, they're gonna be looking in there, and they're gonna try to find it. So they're getting everything. Like, you know, like they found the bone of a Gigantopithecus in China, and I think it was like a 3-inch, 3 or 4 or 5 inch chunk, and it was, and I think they extruded from one of the jaw teeth or something like that they had barely got it.
Yeah, part of the jaw bone.
Yeah, and found out that it was Gigantopithecus, you know. And a lot of people say, well, it's a Gigantopithecus. Well, that's a flip of a coin, 50-50. My opinion is no, it's not Gigantopithecus. But on the other hand, it might be Gigantopithecus, you know. So I can't say it's this and it's that. And you can't say, well, I know it's Gigantopithecus. Well, you might be right, you might be wrong. And as far as me goes, I say it's a human hybrid, which is, bottom line, that's the fact. It's that hominin, you know. I can say, well, that hominin could be a snapper turtle, you know. See what I'm saying?
I mean, here's a good example. And with what you just said. Now, this may be contradictory on my part, but see, I believe in Gigantopithecus, even though they have fossil remains they took in, you know, how they did their study and how they acknowledged the existence.
I believe there is I believe Gigantopithecus lived
back in the prehistoric era, you know, the Pleistocene era, but
and they probably did come across the shelf or whatever, the land before the land broke up. I believe they did come over.
Yeah, the land brought in.
Right, but I don't. Yeah. But you know. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I mean, a lot of people believe with that theory that they may have crossed over, but you know, then again, with all the sightings throughout history here in our own North America, I mean, you know, even though yes, there's no, you know, we will say we know there's no bone fossils found to
not yet,
you know,
not yet.
Right. I mean, it's and I believe it's a matter of time that we will find them here.
Now
there has been fossil remains of small monkeys here found in North America, actually down in Texas. But that's a small primate.
And I'll tell you something else. And I think it's in Arizona or Nevada. We have a live jaguar in the United States that's naturally wild. It was not
Mm-hmm.
it did not escape from a zoo or anything like that. It crossed over some time ago, and the game commission have already caught him and tagged him and released him. And he's a natural species from somewhere else that come over here. It's the only one in the entire United States, and it was not
Well, like
released.
I recall seeing a trail camera. It's funny you say that too. I'll jump on that real quick.
That
There was
was
a
it.
trail camera that somebody had picked up a mountain lion, and that black. It was actually a panther, mountain lion, same thing, but it was
Yeah, I
black,
seen
and
it.
it actually
Yeah,
displayed spots on it, like a leopard or a jaguar or whatever. You know, well, like more like a leopard.
it
You
was a
know,
black. It was called a black
you're not.
leopard.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but
I seen
it's
that one
pretty
too.
cool.
Yeah.
Um, I forget what I was going. I lost my train of thought there for a second. Give me a second. Meanwhile, while I'm trying to think what I was going to say. Oh no, I was just what I was going to continue saying as far as like when we were talking about the how they may have gotten over here, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know if this was ever presented in any other theories, but I mean, and well, this is one thing I like to believe in. Why not believe that they may have already been here, a species of their own? You know, just like every animal has a off breed, like horses, donkeys, mules, zebras. They're all in the horse family, but they're of a different strain or breed. Um, I believe there's a possibility in the same thing with Bigfoots. Uh, you know, some of them in some regions they're acknowledged and cited. The sightings acknowledge that they are much larger and more broader. Especially on the West Coast. There's the sightings here on the East Coast. They vary in size. Some haven't been seen very large, 9, 10, 12 foot tall. Some, but a lot of them average between 6 to 8 foot tall. More of a smaller average here on the East Coast compared to the West Coast. But and then again, in various areas, I think it all depends. And I think that could be part of the areas that they adapted to, along with again being the different strains or breeds among them. Um, just like our known primates, we got chimpanzees, gorillas, bonobos. I mean, and the billy apes. They're all primates and all also known as apes, but they're not. They all have a different appearance, which is obvious, but they're all apes, but also primates. So that's what would like. I believe in. I mean, we have different breeds. Like for example, you got in your area. You got what the black ones. You got what brown ones. You said you have like a kind of like a cinnamon brown ones, if I'm stating that correctly.
Some blonde,
I mean, and then
cinnamon
a lot
blonde.
a lot of people report them as being solid black. Especially like with what Tracy, man, I really want to get Tracy on him to talk about that. That's awesome, though. I mean, because I mean, because that wasn't long ago either. That's why it's so exciting too. But it was exciting to hear him. I know you found it interesting just the way he was kind of sharing his story too in his video, because he about I don't know he about lost it. um, but I don't know. It all comes down to I think as far as I'm concerned, still a mystery, and it's gonna continue to be a mystery, and till I think we get the right team organized, and it's just a lot of little things that I think play a key role in the whole organization of the project involved in itself to get some answers. Um, so um, hold on, let me see if we have anything I could throw in here. Oh God. Let me see. Um,
Damn, damn coffee going through me like sugar.
yeah. I guess. Oh yeah. All right. Now I'm looking at some things here. Corey's stating. I guess he was listening to us talk about the fossil remains of Gigantopithecus. But he said, yet there is no fossil remains of Gigantopithecus ever found in North America, but we find fossils of dinosaurs. Seems odd, don't it? It does. It's weird, but and then Chris goes on to say only if they were around when dinosaurs were around. Well, hmm. because you got the prehistoric era, the Pleistocene era. I mean, they were kind of two different times. Yet also perhaps regions. That I believe that they were more settled in one region compared to to another region. But yeah, Corey, they are seen today. Corey goes on to say Bigfoots are still seen today, but no bones. I have a hard time with that one. Well, Corey, I've actually stated in other, podcast shows before. Actually, I think I mentioned it the other day, a couple days ago.
They
But
believe they're dead.
yeah, and it's been reported with our known primates. We believe that's a big part of it. Just like the same question that a lot of people could ask and present is, why haven't we found a bear that's died of natural causes? So, I mean, that's something to ask right there. Even though there is record of them being found, but the remains were quite old by the time they were found. The one I could think of was in a cave, but like a lot of other known animals, it's been found and studied that foxes bury their dead. But yeah, primates. It is a known. It has been reported that primates have been known to do that. So, man, it's actually been a great topic, great discussion. Let's see. Hold on, let me see something else. One more thing. Oh, wait a minute. Bodies break down fast. Okay, April, yes, you're absolutely right. Bodies break down faster in the damp woods. Well, that's due to the acidic soil. Acidic soil has a lot to do with that. And with our known primates, do understand our known primates, their bone capacity, their bone density is not like ours. Their bones deteriorate and break down a lot faster than a human. And then the acid in the soil itself will actually speed that process up. And then again, to go along with it, weather and temperature, all that has a big key play in that as well. Chris is asking, do you believe in cloaking? No, we've had quite a few discussions on this in past podcast shows.
Yeah, I made a video last year. You can talk to Shane about this one, and it was about cloaking. And my thing was, how can something that weighs 900 plus pounds, big, brown, and furry, disappear? They can't. They use nature to camouflage themselves. You can walk right by one and won't see them. It's like a deer. It's like a bobcat. A bobcat can sit right out in the open, and you'll never see him because he will not move a muscle. And that's what squatches do. That's why
Absolutely.
That's why they're the king of the hide and go seek.
Yep.
That's
yeah, what he just said makes a good example because I've walked up on deer. I've actually surprised myself to walk up on deer, not know they were ever there until they scare the heck out of you and jump out of nowhere. But yeah, absolutely, it's their natural environment. A lot of animals blend naturally into the woods. You could be standing right at one, you won't know it, but unless they expose themselves physically. But yeah, Corey says, yeah, if Bigfoot's he's making a point because he said he don't believe in cloaking, but he's making a point. No other animal is able to do this. Why would that make Bigfoot any different? Pretty much. So,
I'll tell you, Scott did a video. Now,
yeah.
Scott Carpenter. Now, he's not saying, from what I've seen, he's not saying that it does happen, and he's not saying it doesn't happen. On his camera behind him, he kept hearing something, and he was seeing brush move, but he wasn't seeing anything. So, he's got something there that's not there, or something like that to a point. I've seen the video, and you could see stuff move, and he said there was no wind. Now, this is from behind him because he kept walking, and he kept stopping because he said he kept hearing something. He would turn around and look, and it would be nothing. So apparently when he got home, he looked at his behind video, and the only thing he could see was brush moving.
Mm.
So
perhaps whatever was there was hiding real well then. I mean, apparently there was something there making movement in the bushes to where it was causing something else to move. But, I mean, whatever was there had to been hiding real well then. Yeah. So, for our viewers, we're gonna actually end the podcast, but I do want to point out a couple other events coming up here. This week, Friday night. What time was Shane having his thing Friday night?
9.
10th. Was it 9 o'clock?
Yeah, 9 o'clock, and
We're having 9 o'clock. We're having Sasquatch Theater.
yeah,
Shane Bradbury's hosting that.
yeah. Wednesday
That's
night
going to
we're
be through looking for. Yeah, go ahead.
uh uh Wednesday night we're gonna have that that Spanish guy on here Wednesday night.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
Jesus guy.
Yeah, and then I'm not familiar with him. I remember you guys. I heard you guys talking about him last night. But yeah, Shane will post a link for that for this Wednesday. Then, like I said, Friday night we're having Sasquatch Theater, and for those who are not familiar with that, where we sit around, we actually watch a movie. Viewers will be able to watch a movie, but only we will be able to hear the audio. You'll hear us talking, and as Shane stated, I haven't participated in this before. This will be my first time. But we'll all be able to hear the video, and we'll be responding to it and everything. You guys will be able to view and share your comments. So that's going to be real fun. Yeah, so definitely tune into that and share your comments. We're watching Curse of Bigfoot. Is that correct?
Do what?
I think that's what. Friday night, the movie we'll be watching on Sasquatch Theater is The Curse of Bigfoot, right?
Yeah, 1978 movie.
Okay.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
And Saturday, the ECBRO Discovery News broadcast will be back Saturday night at 8:30. I'll probably rechange it. I'll probably start at 8, but then again, since I already started and shared the link and set time at 8:30, we'll leave it at 8:30. So 8:30 Saturday night, which is the 20th. We're going to have a Bigfoot open discussion podcast show, and we hope you tune in and share your, if you have any questions, we definitely welcome questions and comments, and we like to go into a big discussion, and what knowledge we do know, we do share it to the best of our abilities. And as Fred stated earlier, we stated it quite often, and we'll continue to state it. We're not experts. We only share what we know as fact because we have experienced it ourselves. So there you have it, folks. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, if you haven't been on Shane Bradbury's page looking for Bigfoot, go ahead and give it a like and stay up to date with his shows that he'll have throughout the weeks. And Sunday he has an After Hour Finding Bigfoot after show, and stay up to date on the ECBO Discovery News broadcast. I try to share everything at least a week in advance. Unlike today, wasn't actually a scheduled planned show. I've set it up early today, and I'm actually surprised. I've actually had more viewers today watching live and than I usually do on a scheduled event. But definitely like to, for you guys to check in on our regular open discussion Bigfoot topics. Usually we have topics usually for educational purposes, and we have fun with it. We definitely have fun with them. So check that out Saturday at 8:30. The link is already posted and shared. If you want to get updates and stay up to date with shows and podcasts, just feel free to subscribe to ECBRO 98. That's my YouTube channel, and also Fred Canny's YouTube channel, Freddy59100. If you haven't subscribed to there, go ahead and jump on that. And again, for our viewers, thank you again, and don't forget, stay tuned and watch for our links that we share and post. And if you haven't visited the ECBRO website, it's www.ecbro.wordpress.com. And I want to thank you guys again. God bless.